Hello and welcome. This video will review how to apply for the 2020 Gallup Business Leadership Training Grant. Upon accessing the application, you'll be brought to a page that shows specific details of the application. Please feel free to scroll through and to view the details of the application itself. When you're ready to apply, go ahead and click on the Apply button. Upon clicking Apply, you'll be brought to a page that allows you to either register or log in. If you've already applied for an opportunity in the Amplifund applicant portal, go ahead and type in the email and password you used to register. If this is your first time and you need to register, go ahead and click the Register button. Upon clicking Register, you'll be able to enter in your email address that you're registering with, you'll be able to create a password, and you'll have to go and confirm that password as well. Next, you'll be able to fill out the contact information section, which will allow you to enter in specific details about yourself when you're registering. Type in your name, first name, and last name are required fields. Please note that these fields have an asterisk next to them, indicating that they're required. Any other field can be populated, however, they're optional. The next section is the organization information section. If any of the details for your organization are the same as what you populated above, go ahead and check the same as above box. And continue to scroll and filter through to enter in all of the different options here. So organization name is required, email address, address line 1, as well as city, state, and postal code. Once you verify that all required fields have been populated, go ahead and click the Register button to get started. You'll be brought to a page that asks for acceptance of terms and conditions. Click I accept. And now when you click on Apply, you're brought directly into the application itself. The first page of the application is the project information section. Go ahead and assign an application name for your particular application. This can include your organization name or anything else unique about your project or about what you're applying for. The total amount of award requested field is a required field. However, since there's no applicable dollar amount that you'll be receiving, just go ahead and type in 0.01 as a placeholder. Again, there's no particular dollar amount that you can apply for, but a number is required here to populate, so go ahead and enter that placeholder dollar amount. The next section that needs to be populated is the primary contact information. Some fields here will populate from what's been entered in the registration. Go ahead and populate the remaining required fields. So address line 1 is required, city, state, and postal code. When all required fields are populated, then you'll be able to save and you'll be able to mark this page as complete. The Mark as Complete function is really important as all application forms and sections must be marked as complete in order to eventually submit the application. If any of the required fields are not populated and you try to click Mark as Complete, you will not be able to. To move to the next section of the application, go ahead and click on the Application Forms button. Here, you'll be able to access the application and the form that needs to be populated in order to eventually submit your application. Scroll through, read each question carefully, also note questions that are marked with an asterisk are required, and go ahead and start typing in answers. Enter in address information, postal code, and start answering some questions. For multiple choice questions, you'll be able to click directly in and indicate yes or no. Read the instructions very carefully. And also go ahead and fill out any of the other required fields. The company details page, type in your DUNS number, use the date selector to indicate the date that it was established. For the industry, utilize the drop-down menu to choose the specific NAICS code that applies to you. And please answer the questions. On this multi-line text box, please note that you can type your narrative response in here. And there's also a 250 character limit. Note that as you begin typing, the character limit will count down and you'll be able to see here how many characters you have remaining. Continue to scroll through to the participants section. You'll be able to enter at least one participant, and depending on your company size, you may have to enter additional participants. After you enter in one participant, you'll be able to indicate if there's another senior manager you would like to participate. If you choose yes, then you can go ahead and enter in the additional participant. If you choose no, then you can just move on to the next part of the application. Again, please ensure that all required fields are populated with answers as you're going through. If you've gone through and if you've made some significant progress, but you want to save and come back to it later, locate the Save button. And you can always log out, go do something else, and come back, and your information that you've entered will already be in there. Again, I mentioned that if you wanted to mark a page as complete without required fields being populated, you tried to mark it as complete, it's going to alert you to the fact that one or more required fields have invalid entries, and it's going to red flag those fields that need to be populated in order to be able to mark this page as complete. The Terms and Conditions section allows us to review the grant agreement requirements and conditions, click on the PDF to view, read the requirements and conditions, and then you'll be able to check the box to acknowledge that you've read it. You'll be able to enter in your first and last name and enter in the date that you're signing. Once all the required fields have been populated and the form has been marked as complete, you'll be able to go to the submission page. The submission page is where you'll be able to eventually submit your application. However, if you have forms that have required fields that have not been populated, you'll receive this message here. And the submission button will be grayed out. If you want to review your application before you submit, go ahead and click the review button to download your application and review any of your answers. Once you go back and resolve any of the required fields that need to be populated, you'll be able to come back to this submit page and submit your application. Good luck with your applications.